Hello, everyone. This is William Armstrong here with three talking points. Three talking points. I may insert more talking points if I have to, but I'm going to start with three for now. One is a person from Bangladesh right up here, excuse me, right up here in the source view right up here in the display capture source, since I'm using OBS right there. I'm getting an email from Mim Actor. The person's name is spelled Mimakter, and they're from Bangladesh. It's obvious because their email address is BD in there. Well, let me explain how this happens. There's a long story, but I'll get to the DLDR. Originally in 2024, I heard from 2023 to 2024, I got emails from people from Bangladesh about me making money off my YouTube channel out of nowhere all of a sudden. It started off YouTube comments from one individual from Bangladesh posting the same comment over and over and over on my YouTube videos unlimitedly, which was very annoying, like spamming the same comment back to back. Then started with an email to my Proton email address, which was unexpected out of nowhere, which I do have my Proton email address linked to my YouTube channel as a way to, as like a message thing, because YouTube a decade ago used to have it where you can send and receive messages between two YouTube channels. On YouTube a decade ago, YouTube used to have that feature, but they removed it a decade after a decade. They just took it down. Basically, what it is that two YouTube accounts can send messages between each other through YouTube's built-in messaging system that was on the old YouTube website, the old YouTube layout, like the very 2010 layout version of it. You could do that. I remember doing that a little bit here and there between YouTube channels a decade ago. I've been on YouTube since 2009, and YouTube had some great features back then. They've long since been taken off the platform years later. It should make a comeback in 2025. YouTube at this point, it just seems to just constantly shoot itself in the foot with a lot of changes and decisions and people criticizing it. And the fact that this also ties into the fact that if you have an email address linked to your YouTube channel for like a business email, be advised that this opens you up to phishing attacks where you can get cyber criminals trying to steal your YouTube channel from you by emailing you a fake sponsorship email with an attachment with an executable file that contains info stealing malware in it. This is the same attack that is used to get Linus Tech Tips, Did You Know Gaming, Game Explain, and Matthias Wendell, a Canadian YouTuber who does woodworking. He also got hit by this and countless many others over the years. Not over the years, but several times. Except Matthias Wendell got hit by cyber crooks twice, where they stole his YouTube channel and turned it into a spam crypto scam channel. They did until he could get it back from them. Linus Tech Tips had an incident of that happening to him in 2023, where scammers fished Media Group into opening up an attachment that ran info stealing malware on their computers and collected their YouTube credentials and mailed it and kind of virtually sent it back to the attackers to get into Linus's YouTube channels and start uploading crypto spam live streams until his subscribers pointed it out to him on social media. Game Explain has also been hit by the same type of attack nearly twice, with Andre Seekers, one of the YouTube Game Explain members that uploads YouTube videos to on Game Explain's YouTube channel, explain the same thing. Did you know Gaming was also hit too by it? Matthias Wendell was also hit by the same attack too, where YouTubers get fake sponsorship emails that offer them to open up an attachment that contains a PDF file, an Adobe Acrobat PDF file that is a fake PDF file that is designed to contain an executable info stealer malware packed as a .pdf.exe, where the .pdf is a fake Adobe Acrobat PDF file with the .exe tacked on the end. This is done as a clever way to bypass antivirus. It is. The PC security channel on YouTube has made videos about the same thing that happened to Linus Tech Tips and many others, but I of which won't fall for crap like that. I won't fall for fake sponsorships like that. I won't fall for it because I know better. I know better. If someone sent me an attachment to open, I'm not going to open it. The first thing I'll do is just delete the email with the attachment. Just delete it and forget about it. That's it. That's a simple way of avoiding is to delete the attachment email or delete the email that contains the attachment and just move on. Simple as that. That's a simple way of avoiding it. But anyway, this is Proton Mail. I use it since it's more private and open, like not really open, well, not really proprietary, but it's private, more privacy in it, with Proton drives and Proton VPN, different other Proton enabled features. I use this to my YouTube channel instead of my personal Gmail. I do for good reason. I do have two-factor authentication turned on anyway for security. I do, and I never turn it off. I leave two-factor authentication turned on indefinitely. Even though people may not even know what 2FA is, two-factor authentication just displays a one-time passcode alongside your email, password, and if you have two-factor turned on, it's going to prompt you for a security UBCO key, like a little physical hardware dongle key, you plug into your computer to unlock your account, to sign in on your computer, or a one-time PIN that changes every few seconds, every so often, to reduce account takeovers through two-factor authentication. Anyway, let me just get on with the talking points. Mim actor from Bangladesh contacts me before and contacted me again in 2025. This isn't the first time I had this happen. I've had specific individuals contact me. I've made previous videos about a guy named MD Abu. I can't pronounce his name because his name is very long and hard to pronounce for me. It is. And the fact that Mim actor contacts me out of nowhere. But Mim actor makes one big oopsies, a big, huge uh-oh. Made several. One is I'm getting an email from Mim Actor at the email. Notice it says BD, which is Bangladesh, the two-letter country abbreviation for it, Bangladesh, which is unusual, which is obvious. The email is my client is very happy with my work now. I got this yesterday, even though I've already told MD and anyone else from Bangladesh to not contact me about my YouTube channel by emailing back and saying, I don't want to make money on my channel. I don't. They reached out to me first. I did not reach out to them. They reached out to me first. They did through my Proton mail address that's on my YouTube channel. It is. It's actually underneath the section called contact, and you got to go through a captcha to verify that you're a human being to reveal the email address. You do. But what Mim Actor dim-wittingly did is Mim Actor sent me some video analytics of someone else from their end. Mim Actor did do that, which was a big uh-oh. Like, that's not something I would recommend people leaking other people's analytics to another person. That's a big oops. Let me just resize this a bit so you can see it. Let me just drag myself around. That we can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to shrink this a little bit, but that's okay. This is the analytics that Mim Actor leaked unexpectedly. Like, it's showing me how you can make money off your YouTube channel, but that's not my intention to make money off my own channel. I don't want to do that. That was never my wish to do any of that. And also, Mim screen grabs someone else's YouTube analytics and forwards me screen grabs of them, which is a big no. Mim did this herself, or himself, or herself, or whoever it is on the other end of that email address, and is using extensions like TubeBuddy or any other YouTube type extensions that look in another person's channel through the YouTube API, which is very odd. And it's talking about how you can make money off the channel, but there's a problem. YouTube can demonetize videos or a whole channel if they want. They can. And talks about search engine optimization as well quite a lot. But the problem is that MIM in the screen grabs of it, let me just open these up a new tab since zooming in will just crop things off. And another thing I wanted to point out is MIM is using an unactivated copy of Windows, I should say, is using a unactivated copy that's not even activated. It's not even legit. I can tell because of that watermark. Let me just put myself to where you can see it. Let me just put it to where you can see me better, but let me put it right here. Right there, let me point correctly. Right there to the left of me, right there where I'm pointing at, it says activate Windows right below it. It says activate Windows. Go to settings, activate Windows watermark right there. The person is using an unactivated version of Windows, which is obvious because obviously unactivated versions of Windows won't get updates and it will bug you through a watermark that'll appear on screen on the desktop and through additional screenshots. A watermark is physically put there, or should say not physically, but digitally put there. You know what I mean? Digitally put there as a way to verify if a copy of Windows is legit or not. If Windows is not activated for Windows 10, it'll display that watermark there indefinitely until it is activated. Then once it's activated, it goes away. Obviously, Microsoft Windows has a way of telling if it's been pirated or not through the watermark, as you can see right there in Windows 10, the watermark right there. Windows Vista and Windows 7 do the unactivated copy of Windows differently. Windows 7 does a Windows Genuine Advantage reminder and it turns the background black, dark black, to indicate that Windows is not activated. And it disables personalization features until you do activate Windows. Windows Vista sort of does something similar to that. But Windows XP, if it's unactivated over a decade ago, it'll completely it'll force log you out of Windows XP on a computer it's not been activated on. It'll do that. Stuff like that. I'm also tying in the fact that MIM Actor is using an unactivated copy of Windows right there, shown in the watermark in the bottom right here in the bottom right. It's hardly noticeable, but it is if you look closely, you can find it. MIM Actor, I guess this has either been photoshopped or something because MIM is sending me screenshots of someone else's analytics that I don't need to know about, which is odd for one. And let me just downscale that correctly. But another thing is this is someone else's video, and right there, and all those tags, we just drag, it's someone else's face showing, and I know that, but this is neither that or there. What I'm trying to talk about is Mim is trying to tell me all these excessive tags that don't make any sense to it. Excuse my language, but don't make no damn sense. Excuse my French on that one. Excuse my language. But Mim is saying after search engine optimization, but YouTube's ah, an algorithm. I'm about to, what you about to say? It's an algorithm. It's algorithm, algorithm. YouTube is algorithm based. I can't say the correct word with algorithm together. I can't. I can try, but it's going to sound wrong. Algorithm, algor, algorithmic. I hope I said that right. But YouTube's algorithm based. It's an algorithm. It isn't controlled by anything other than an algorithm that controls things, an automated system. Um, there's millions of videos that get uploaded to YouTube day in and day out. There is. I mean, YouTube has videos uploaded every hour, every day, every week, and things like that. So it's hard to keep up with. But obviously, Mim Actor leaked other people's YouTube analytics information out to me, like leaks it to me as some sort of way to convince me that this is legit what they're doing to help people make money off their channel. But they're in Bangladesh though, which is the thing. Like they're out there. They're way out in Bangladesh. Talking about search engine optimization and all that, but if you search for a video online, YouTube video results will appear, but not the particular results you're looking for. Sometimes you may get results unrelated to the video you're looking for too. This is another person's analytics down below that right here, like right next to me, right there, that Mim Actor actually leaked, which is a huge problem with me on this. I'll show you more of these and explain why this is a bad thing. That Mim was able to somehow get the analytics of someone else's video, how they're performing. And I don't know if this is either taken from videos or a person's channel, but it says 10 most luxurious prisons in the world is the thumbnail right there. You can see. Let me zoom in, but that's the thumbnail right there. And it's somehow either fabricated this. I don't know how Mim is getting all this. And I don't know what is going on, but I've already told Mim that I'm not interested in making money on my own YouTube channel. I'm not interested in it. I'm just not. That's not what my channel's meant to do. It isn't meant for that because YouTube has policies about monetization and strict things that, if broken, YouTube can give you a slap on the wrist for and demonetize your video or your channel. And obviously, I've had two other individuals reach out to me from different email addresses for sure about it. I just call it questionable in Mim's practices of leaking things through email that can leak out on the internet. Like this, they're using some kind of third party extension or tool that looks into YouTube's API of a particular channel or anything that they throw it at. And it's all, excuse my language, but it's bullshit. I say that because Mim is saying 100% SEO score in Google ads and social media marketing. Bullshit. Like social media marketing is bullshit. Like to me, it's just bullshit because it's just advertising. It's just excessive advertising, which to me it is. Like Mim's leaking a ton of analytics from other people out to me in my email underneath my Proton email. That and all this looks like it's been screenshot, photoshopped, or whatever it is. Like YouTube does have strict guidelines to get monetized on the platform, but the YouTube Partner Program applications for it are still in a backlog, or still kind of have a bunch of backlogs of people applying to get monetization. It has to follow the program partner terms and community guidelines, and if it doesn't, you're not eligible for it. You get denied if that isn't the case. And Mim Actor's card, it's showing the email. I don't give a crap. It's just this looks suspicious. This is some person right here looking like they're professional marketers, but they're not. Give me just one sec. I have made other videos about this problem before, but I don't know what to say at this point. Like I've already made it clear that I'm not interested in it. Let me find some more examples. Can we find some more examples? I might have deleted previous emails, but I didn't really save other emails from other people. I've made videos about them before. So that's about it on that part. But the last part is Johnny Somali, aka our last piece is Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, the idiot that decided to ban evade by getting onto Hank's YouTube channel. I also need to speak about scammers versus the scam baiters. YouTube themselves protect scammers more and lets them get away with stuff that the scam baiters can't do. For example, scam baiters have to censor out a lot of stuff in YouTube videos because if they don't, YouTube will take the video down of the scam baiter that made a video about them and give them a strike or a warning while letting scammers get away with heinous crap on YouTube, which is a huge uh-oh. And also, what I need to say is, why is it that Ramzi Khalid Ismail gets to get away with a ban evading on YouTube? Like he's been caught by Legal Mindset, 15 Minutes of Shame. He's been caught by Mom and Trill. He's been caught by a lot of YouTubers, including Atozi, of getting away with doing heinous crimes in South Korea, in Seoul, Korea. There. Like, Hank Yu or Hyung Jong Yu is a controversial figure in and of itself. Let me look him up. I'll explain who Hyung Jong Yu is. Hank Yu. It's or his alternate name. I'll explain who he really is, or Hyun Hank Jong Yu. I'll explain who that ding dong is, who this person is, who has a habit of associating with Johnny and his criminal behaviors. This is him, Hyung Jong Yu, Hank Yu, literally him. I'm going to show a blurred version of this because obviously YouTube may get a little upset, but I'm going to show from an article from nextshark.com. I'm going to read it. It says Asian Nazi Hank Yu faces up to 45 years in jail for lying about guns, pretending to be a U.S. citizen. Ouch, Hank Yu. The blurred photo is Hank right there, but it's blurred because he's showing a Nazi symbol that obviously is a bad thing. I'm going to read about Hank Yu and his controversy. Hyung Hank Jong-yu, known as the 25-year-old South Korean national who was arrested on April 6 under a federal warrant from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Explosives, ATF, he was indicted on April 18. This is an article that's been published a long time ago, or been published a bit before. I'll just read about who Hank is. According to the Department of Justice, Yu was found guilty of 7 counts of false statements made in connection with firearms transactions and 1 count of unlawful possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Yu, a believer of scientific racism, made headlines in the past for praising white people as master race and degrading other people of color. This is Hank Yu. This is Yong Jong Yu, Hank Yu, who keeps associating himself with Johnny Somali and his escapades, literally. Like, Hank, he stupidly falsely represented himself as a U.S. citizen when he's South Korean. There's no doubt about it. Permanent U.S. resident, Yu falsely represented himself as a U.S. citizen in 7 firearms transactions, some of which involves semi-automatic weapons. Hank, you're not that bright, are you, buddy boy? You're not bright. You're not that bright yourself. Like, you're obviously are doing things with Johnny Somali that are also getting you looked down upon too. Let me just shrink myself. I'm transparent, so you can still see my face in some aspect. I've got it transparent overlaid, so that way I can still be shown as like a bit of a chroma key green screen effect. But this is Hank. And here he is. He also possessed multiple firearms, ammunition, and firearms accessories all or at the time of his arrest. This is the South Korean person who's looked down upon as a Korean Benedict Arnold who is really against free speech and has a habit of saying some heinous crap that's got him looked at. Like, he can't stay out of trouble with Johnny Somali ever. He's even covered by Legal Mindset. He's covered by Mom and Trill, and he's also seen in clips by 15 Minutes of Shame, a Tozy. Like, the reason I'm speaking about this so openly is because I would love to see South Korea throw the book at Johnny Somali, like throw the book at him, but he's continuing to rack up more things. And Yong Jong Yu got a felony charge directly here in America himself. It says this case was a great example of federal, state, and local law enforcement working together to stop a threat that really could have had tragic results, said U.S. Attorney Joseph D. Brown. Yu was becoming increasingly aggressive in his behavior and threatening multiple schools where people were extremely concerned about what he was going to do. Hank, even though he's from South Korea, he dim-wittingly posted some stuff online that is not free speech. He posted some very unpleasant stuff. That's him right there. And obviously, it says here, in addition, he has had weapons and a history of mental health problems. These situations often end badly, and it was good that law enforcement worked together to get him off the streets as soon as they did. It says here, Yu was involuntarily admitted to a mental institution in New Jersey in 2013 and 2015. While active on social media, he revealed he was constantly abused by his father, whom he described as an effing psychopath. He also claimed that he was neglected by his mother, whom he called a coward and a that. So Hank trashes his own mother back in 2015, 2016. He starts trashing his own family member. But he himself got caught lying, trying about being a U.S. citizen. So he's essentially an Asian white supremacist. Hank Yu is. Like, this is Hank. This is the guy who was associating with Johnny Somali right up there. That's Hank. That is the guy who Johnny hangs with too frequent. And I don't know what is his problem, but even K-Town Social Club on YouTube even criticized him. They even called him out on his crap. Like, that is his real name, Ramsey Khalid Ismail, right up there. That is him right up there. Like, he is also the frequent target of being pressed by people in Korea. And he recently got busted again for desecrating flags in South Korea, which is illegal in South Korea no matter what. Stuff like that. He ban-evaded YouTube, which is very, very silly. Like, he decided to ban-evade on YouTube again by coming underneath Hank's channel. He even threatened to harm Legal Mindset, which is also not very smart of Johnny Boy to do. I just say, Johnny, you're cooked. Like, what you're doing is further digging yourself a hole underground, just digging it, and digging it, and you fall deeper down in it. Yet you drag Hank Yu with him, drag Hank Yu himself with him. It is also ironic that Ice Poseidon encounters Johnny and calls him out on his shenanigans. Which is ironic. I'm just looking outside the window to make sure ain't thundering or anything, but the thing is, I'm not very pleased about all this. I'm very annoyed that Johnny still gets away with ban-evading on YouTube, and this also ties into the fact that YouTube does not give a flying rat's ass about punishing people who ban-evade the platform. They don't give a flying rat's ass about it. Like, Johnny Somali sneaks back on after all his YouTube accounts got taken down and makes a live stream of him doing stupid stuff, but then quickly deletes the live stream. and try to cover his tracks, which is a bad move. The lesson I need to say is what stays on the internet, what goes on the internet stays on the internet. Is not coming down. 15 Minutes of Shame also had strikes filed against him by GaganTV and Johnny Somali. I gotta say, Johnny Somali's an idiot. GaganTV, another kick streamer, is a degenerate idiot who filed strikes against 15 Minutes of Shame because they were too butthurt over criticism. Like GaganTV and Johnny tried to use YouTube's DMCA system to strike down 15 Minutes of Shame's channel and videos because they didn't like what he had to say about them. They didn't like that. So they tried to silence a content creator by false striking down the creator to cancel them, like to silence them off the platform. Here's a bit of advice. Don't be an idiot and start using YouTube's content DMCA takedown strike system to start striking down people. What I mean is, don't go filing copyright strikes unfairly without valid evidence, without proving that someone stole content and not doing transformative fair use on it. Even Mom and Trill, a YouTube channel I like watching on YouTube, I like watching Mom and Trill. They even themselves said fair use. They even discussed fair use as well and even mentioned 15 Minutes of Shame, how 15 Minutes of Shame tries to talk about Johnny and GaganTV, but Gagan and Johnny try to strike down 15 Minutes of Shame too by filing multiple strikes against them. When 15 Minutes of Shame is doing fair use, he's taking clips of other people's live streams and adding commentary, transformative work onto them. But to Gagan and Johnny, they don't see it as that. They just see it as pure copyright abuse. But Johnny gets caught contradicting himself, saying that he doesn't mind if people make content about him as it's free content. But yet, Johnny doubles down and tries to cancel 15 Minutes of Shame altogether. Tries to, which backfired. That's being a hypocrite right there. That's Johnny being a pure hypocrite. In GaganTV, he himself's a hot mess. He himself nearly got popped by a glass bottle in Japan after he tries to flirt with a woman in Japan, was taken by her boyfriend. She goes and tells her boyfriend. The boyfriend comes after GaganTV and has a glass bottle in his hand, nearly wanting to smash it upside GaganTV's head, but GaganTV runs away, calling him a beta male, which is stupid of GaganTV to say crap like that. But it would have been it would have been a embarrassing matter and not a laughing matter if the man just went, like, smashes the glass bottle. I don't know if it was glass or it was probably glass. Like the guy was this close to smashing a glass bottle upside GaganTV's head, literally just beating him upside the head with it. That would have been on Gagan for being an idiot in Japan, for knowing that flirting with someone's girlfriend is a big no. It's asking to get your ass whipped. This is William Armstrong signing out. See you next time. Bye bye.